Okay. Oh, goodness. Hello to anyone watching the replay. I am getting my hair done today. My hairstylist is coming to my house, coming to my apartment, sorry. And I have to film 2 videos after, one being my Colleen Ballinger video. And I know a lot of people have already made videos about it, but obviously I still want to. And I have just a little outline. And I don't want to say I'm going to like free ball it, but I kind of am. But I do have an outline. And so the first, adopting my first dog tomorrow. That's so exciting. So I just have like Colleen Ballinger background, Miranda Sings character, not funny. And then discussing how like it's messed up that the character is based on someone who has like cognitive delays. Right? Yes, Corey, I do have a P.O. box. It is in my About tab on my YouTube channel. But yeah, so is there a better way to say that? That like the character has like cognitive delays? Do you think there's a better way to say that? I was wondering if you were gonna talk about it. She's been a problem for years, somehow went under the radar. And then I was planning on talking about it, but I knew that there was gonna be like a lot more stuff coming out. So neurodivergent. I don't know. I don't feel, because I mean, technically I'm neurodivergent, you know, like, so developmentally disabled. I feel like that captures it like better. Yeah, I think that captures it better. I think what you said is fine. I don't think he has mental delays. What are you talking about? I'm not talking about someone named Trent. I don't know who you're discussing. It's based on her classmates. The character was weird. That's kind of fucked up. How does almost every big YouTuber from the 2010s have a schmetophilia or racism scandal? I don't know. I mean, there's just a lot of shitty people out there, you know? And you can say all day long, like, oh, it was a different time. It was a different time. For who? Like, for who? I mean, I know there are a lot of people who, what I want to say, like 10 years ago, 14 years ago, like, I feel like most people were like, oh, I shouldn't say like the R word, right? It looks like Colleen Ballinger was still doing that though. And it's absolutely wild. I'm hard of hearing, deaf, and the way Miranda talks reminds me of someone trying to mimic how someone born deaf speaks. I agree with that. Yeah. I'm hard of hearing as well. I am also a bad bitch. I had y'all both, I mean, people who are hard of hearing will think this is funny, but I had one of the, I just forget it moments the other night when me and Tony were walking to his softball game, which they won like crazy. It was like 9-21. It was insane. And Tony got, I think he got like 4 or 5 runs, and he hit a home run. That's my man's. But we were walking up, and I was saying, I was like, so what team are y'all playing today? and he wasn't looking at me, and he also mumbles. This man will never enunciate ever, and he was speaking in a low tone, yes, which usually helps me, but quiet, like he was talking quietly, like was not speaking up. And he was like looking this way, and I was like, "I'm sorry, what was that?" Hey, can you look over here? And we're like walking towards we're in the middle, and he like said it again, and I was like, okay, let's just one more time, just one more time, but like look at me. And he did look at me, and he still mumbled, and I was like, you know what, I'm done, it's fine, just forget it. It's like, I don't know why I asked, I don't care what team y'all are playing anyways, like it literally does not matter. Yeah, I was so annoyed. My dad has those moments all the time, and it's really funny. Mumbling and only talking when loading the dishwasher are my husband's superpowers. He's like about to answer, like you ask him a question, you're like across the house, and he's like, "Wait, hold on," and then like, yeah. Oh, or do you mean he only talks to you when you're? Yeah, Tony will. Another thing that kills me. I love this man to death. Obviously, y'all know that. When he's in the shower and I'm not in the bathroom, sometimes I'm in the bathroom when he's in the shower, but he will holler for me when he's in the shower. And I'm like, did you like specifically wait until you were in the shower to like you needed something? Like you don't need something. You're fine. And I always like next time he does it, I want to be like, do you realize that I've never asked you for it to get me anything when I'm in the shower. I have never done that. I never need you to hand me something, never need you to go get something. I never have questions. It is it is so funny to me. Anyway, so he does that, and at our old house I would just ignore him. It was great. And then yeah, there are times where like I'd be cooking and like I can't hear him when I'm cooking or when I'm in the kitchen. And I've just now started to ignore him too with that. Anyways, and yes, Colleen's brother is deaf. Oh, I didn't know that. I had no idea. Yay, deaf people. Yay, deaf family members. My husband has hearing issues but refuses to acknowledge it, and it drives me crazy. I mean, my dad has 2 hearing aids, and then still cannot hear. But Tony's aunt, his dad's twin sister, also has hearing impairments too, and she could hear us like really well when she had like the implant thing. And I asked my dad, I was like, why don't you get that? And he's like, well, because there's different types of hearing loss. He's like, and the type that I have, that won't help. And so I was like, oh my God, I had no idea. And I was like, well, shit, what type do I have? I probably have the type that my dad has. But anyways, yeah, Tony's dad like will not get a hearing aid. And it's like, why? Just get it. We think it's because he's bald. And that sounds weird. That sounds weird. But then because like you'll be able to see it, like with my dad, at least like he still like has I don't know how, still has a full head of hair. So he like you can't see that he has hearing aids. You can hear it though, because sometimes you can hear the feedback. And then other times it'll like buzz. And he can't hear that because it's such a like a high pitch. He can only hear like lower tones. Anyways, why are we talking about my dad being deaf? Anyways, I think dads and husbands have selective hearing. Probably. Husband has the opposite problem. He bangs on the door while I'm in the shower or like putting on lotion after, and I scramble to open the door, and it's like there's a cool bird outside. That's literally me. That's us. That is us. Yeah. Tony came inside once, and he's like, "Do you want to see a possum?" And I was like, "You know the answer." Yes, it was at our house. And he was like, "Okay, come on." And he's like, "It just scared the shit out of me." And I was like, "Oh, this is why I married you." Like, coming inside whispering, "Do you want to see a possum?" Like, yeah, of course I do. Yes, always. I always want to see an animal. Yeah, so there's that. Maybe I should just start asking him to do stuff while he's in the shower, you know? Maybe I'll just do that. Oh my god, my husband always yells conversations with me while he's in the shower without fail. Excuse me, sir, can you maybe have this conversation when you're done? Yeah, like it's gonna take a second. Like you're gonna be you delaying this conversation or whatever chore or something you need me to grab by 5 minutes is not gonna like be the end of the world. But I do usually just like I'll like do my skincare or just like stand in the bathroom while he's in there. Because then he can't escape me, you know? He's forced to talk to me. And then Wiggum comes and just sits. My stylist just said that she'll be here in like 30 minutes, so that's good. Yay. I'm happy she did house calls. That makes me really excited. I was thinking I was going to have to switch to someone else who does house calls. This girl, Erin, Hair by Erin. The only reason I know she does house calls is because I know she does Jacqueline's hair. Because she is on like the other side of the salon from my nail girl. I like her a lot though. She's super sweet. But I'm happy that my girl does house calls because it would have been, I'm at the point where I'm like too far to drive to where her salon actually is. So I can't do that. I can't be that far away from the hospital, basically. So we are 35 weeks pregnant. Very exciting. I was like kind of sure today that my like water broke when I was walking Wiggum. And there's like not really a way I could check because I was walking Wiggum outside. And then I got back inside and I was like, this is more of a trickle. I think I'm okay. I was like, I don't know. I don't know what this is. I think I'm all right. Full scissors to the face. Yep. Full size scissors to the face. Not the kitchen scissors. They're not kitchen scissors. They're office scissors. These are kitchen scissors. No, those are also office scissors. The kitchen scissors are in the kitchen and they cut through chicken. It's like a trickle most of the time. Oh shit, that's scary. I think I'm fine. I right? It's like kind of normal to like it's sorry if this is gross, but like to leak a little bit when you're at like the end. I just thought I peed a little, but it was my water. Yeah, that's what sorry, we'll get back to the Colleen stuff in a second. That's what my sister-in-law, what happened to her? It was like a trickle throughout the day, and then she like started having like pain, and she was like, okay, maybe that was like my water breaking like all day long. Might be your, oh no, girl. Corey, we would know if it was the vagina booger, also known as the mucus plug. We would know. We would know if that's what that was. Yes, sir, I was peeing myself every 2 seconds. And near cough or sneeze. Oh yeah, I'm like holding myself when I'm sneezing. Just watch out for the mucus plug. Yeah, no, we would know if that's what that was. Ooh, ow. Any fluid can mean your water is breaking. Maybe I just peed myself. I don't know. I mean, sometimes that happens. If it doesn't happen again, you're fine. You probably just peed a little. I think that's what it was. Nothing like pee in your pants. Normal means you're getting pretty close. I'm so happy for you. Thank you, my dear. A little bit of pee is normal, especially when you're moving around at the end. Just had my little one 3 weeks ago. Oh my God, Julie, that's amazing. I'm so happy for you. Are you doing okay? Are you alive? I mean, you're here, so that's good. No sneezing, giggling, no gambling on farts. Girl, I moved this morning and something came out and Tony was like, well, good morning. And he was like, are you going to blame that on Wiggum? And I was like, no, that was me. Oh, okay. Anyways, so what are some other things y'all think I should mention in my Colleen Ballinger video? Because I have, I'm always the one yelling in the shower. Hey, no. Wiggum, you just scratched the wall. Oh, daddy's gonna be mad. Okay, I'm gonna move your arm and you're probably gonna growl at me, but I'm not hurting you. Yeah, you just tried to growl at me, huh? I'm sorry. I'm very sorry, but I had to move your arm. Daddy's gonna see that and be not happy. Yeah, that's not good, bud. You just scratched the paint off the wall. I mean, I don't care, obviously, but you know, God forbid your dad has to paint a wall. Do you like how I was just like, you're gonna growl at me for a second? Like telling him what, oh Lord. I knew he was gonna do that, but there was, with me, like with how I can or can't move, there's like no way for me to just like move his paw instead of like pulling half of his body. Anyways, I don't know why I over explain stuff, but I know that there's people who are like, oh my God, you abuse your dog if you like crate train them, which, girl, that's for the dog's own safety. I've known way too many dogs who like, I've known too many people who have had dogs who they didn't crate train and they, one, were awful, and two, like ate their couch and then died. So I'm not trying to have that happen. Wiggum only goes in his crate if we like have someone over and I know he's gonna get too excited. Like when Aunt Des comes over with Olivia. Yeah, because you get too excited because you love Aunt Des. But Aunt Des does not like dogs. What are you doing? No, Wiggum. Hey. I'm sorry, that was really funny. But don't do that. Don't put your paw up there. And don't look at me like that. You are being so defiant right now. I'm going to have to clean that up. Daddy's not going to be happy. No, he's not. He's not going to be happy with you. My dogs own this house. My fault, of course. Yeah, this guy right here. Oh, the dog thing. That like, that's another thing that I need to put on the yeah. Crazy. The whole family exploits their kids and infantility. Yeah, that. The whole family exploits their kids. Trent, who is cognitively delayed and deaf, talks about underage girls. That sounds like this is a great family. I let mine set up in front and window while I work, and he scratch up the window still quite a bit. I mean, if we like owned the house, I would like, if this was like our house, like I wouldn't really, I mean, I still would care actually. My God, now he's sitting with his butt to it. Yeah, so, did you always want kids or you changed your mind? I don't know how to answer that. I mean, I am clearly pregnant, so I don't know. I don't want to answer that. That's too deep of a question, especially with like our history of like miscarriages and stuff. And anyways, but yeah, so there was like a Colleen Ballinger thing where she there's a video where she just like nonchalant like talks about how she was like purposely provoking her dog, and then the dog like snapped at her and like bit her, like reacted, which sure, your dog shouldn't do that, but also you're like, she said that she pinched it like super hard. So like, yeah, you're gonna get bit. That's, oh my God. My mom and dad always used to, by digging her nails into it and laughing as she did when she told the story. That's awful. My mom and dad always used to say, like, that dog will bite you. Like, you're about to learn. You are about to learn. Like, we've told you not to do that, and that dog will bite you. Like, you gonna learn today. Crazy. She provoked a dog. What did she expect? Exactly. And then she was like in the video, like admitting and laughing to like doing it on purpose. And then she just nonchalant was like, yeah. And then like the dog got put down. And it's like, what? Like, how? Hey, ma'am, how did you become famous? How did you get your own, what was it, on Netflix? How did you get a Netflix show? One, your character is not funny. The show, I think the show, if it was funny, it was because of the other actors in it. But also, like, I don't know, man. It's that type of humor where it's like the shock humor, which is what what's his face does, Shane Dawson, and it's just not funny. My parents would always said the animal is going to hurt you if you do this, and then you learn. Exactly. By the way, do you have a name for the baby? I do, and we are not sharing the name. I think I have undiagnosed ADHD. Any tips on staying focused and completing tasks? The struggle is real. I would say go talk to your doctor about it. The only way I really am able to stay focused is medication. So go talk to your doctor. Making lists, though, helps. Having, like, keeping shoes on so you're, like, not super, super comfortable, if that makes sense. Have you heard her and Corey Sam in Labia playlist on their channel? It's gross, very sexual and disturbing. So weird. I never watched because the character was annoying. The character is annoying. The Colleen situation is messed up. She's in a group chat. Yep, we know. Ranted about her divorce. Yep, I already know that. I just watched one of your other videos and I'm still wondering about those 9 kids. Yeah, that lady was like, I have 9 kids and people hate me because of it. And I'm like, first of all, I have so many questions. Second of all, I don't think that's why people hate you. I think that you just think that. I believe that you believe that's true. Right? I remember the inappropriate behaviors are deeply ingrained in that family. And if it gets them views, they honestly don't see a problem with it and plead ignorance when called out. I also think it's like when your demographic is so young and like they think things are so funny and they will like, because let's be honest, children do not have great senses of humor. Like they don't know what comedy even is. And I say that as a former child. So it's okay, I'm allowed to say that. And it's just wild because it's like when your audience is hyping you up and your fans are hyping you up and laughing so much, and you're like, oh my gosh, this is working. Like, this is funny. It's not, but you just continue to keep going. And then also when you have that many views and that big of a fandom and that like you're that successful, other content creators obviously take notice and they're like, oh, well, maybe I should collab with this person or whatever. And y'all would be surprised at how often people will like know someone from within like the industry, but not watch their videos. And like not, where'd my color switch, where'd that go? Weird. Oh, there it is. And like not know like what they actually say in their videos, like if they are like super problematic or things like that. I think Colleen is insanely jealous of her sister mommy vlogger. Well, I don't know why you would be jealous of a mommy vlogger, but do you mean because because her sister is like successful with it? Doesn't make it right, but you can be successful at something and not have it be ethical. I don't know much about that family. Did something specific happen, or are you just talking about them in general? No, she's being canceled because she's gross and people are finally realizing like, oh, this is disgusting. I'm sure Colleen fans have been swatting and calling the police for a wellness check just to harass him and his family. He's made police reports. You mean he's filed police reports? I feel bad for everyone involved. Yeah, that sucks. I don't understand. I tweeted the other day, like, I don't understand how anyone can defend her at this point. I don't understand how they can do that, but you know. It's like when you're a lot younger and you see something as like cool or funny. And like, for instance, when I was a freshman in high school, I was 14 and then I turned 15 that year. There was an 18-year-old that I was hooking up with. And like back then I was like, oh my God, I'm like the forbidden fruit. Like I'm such hot shit. Like I'm hooking up with a senior. And then now I'm like, yeah, I had big boobs, but maybe like that made him feel better about it. Like I looked a little bit older, but it's like I was 15 and you were 18. That's gross. Like what? That's gross. Yeah. Gross. We saw him the other day and Tony was like, was he more attractive in high school? And I was like, I know what you're getting at, all right? Wasn't my finest moment. He's not, I was like, no, he's probably uglier then. And he's like, okay. He's so funny. He was like, yeah, not a great look for you. Yeah. I smell some creepiness. Did you watch that podcast of Colleen and that TikToker? The host kept saying Colleen is rich and the whole podcast is so awkward. Nope, I didn't see that, but I'll look into it. I think she does not understand that her vlog channel is not just some random YouTube channel with 200 subscribers. People see what she is doing and they see a lot. Same people defending her are the same people who defend Shane Dawson. Some people just blindly follow just to get noticed or validated by the creator, and it's so bad. When I was 25, I was dating a 24-year-old. Ma'am, that is, good Lord, statutory. YouTube didn't tell me you were live. Oh, well, hello. Ooh, my goodness. You are really moving today, huh, buddy? Just hopped in. Can you give me a quick recap of Colleen updates? You can go back and watch it at 2 times speed or 1.5 times speed. Did you see the clip of her live show where she had a kid eat popcorn out of her pants? Yeah. Did you see the live show where she was spreading a girl's legs open on stage? Like, it's wild. Absolutely wild. But again, like most of the stuff she's doing, like publicly, it's as like the Miranda character. And people have said like she created the Miranda character to like so that she could do like these crude things. But that's not like that doesn't excuse it. And you could say all day long, well, there's the aspect that the Miranda character like doesn't get like the boundaries, or she doesn't get like the sexual jokes or whatever. And it's like, okay, if that was an actual person, then all right. But it's Colleen making the jokes, writing the jokes, approving the jokes, saying the jokes as Miranda. So it's still her. So that's not how that works. But, I think it's a lot of like her the aspect of like her audience, and I'll talk about this in my video too, but like when your audience is that young and they don't like grow up with you, I guess is a way of putting it. Maybe that's not what I mean. I don't know. Like, because I don't want to say like, well, your audience isn't growing up. Like, well, clearly a lot of her audience did grow up, like Adam and that guy Johnny on Twitter, because they're growing up and exposing you. I don't know. Seems like she's monetizing a vulnerable character. I just think it's like fucked up that she even like has made the character. It's like how is that okay? Has she ever actually said that Miranda like has like, has she said that she's in like special ed classes or like that she does have a disability or anything like that? The character makes me so uncomfortable as an adult to see how she acts and talks. Yep. And that's not to say like, oh, like disabled people make me uncomfortable. No, it's that we clearly know that Colleen Ballinger is not. And it like is doing the character. Imagine Colleen Ballinger invoking Miranda Sings when she gets arrested. I always wondered why I never got into her/Miranda, but I was 19 when it started. Yeah, same. I don't know if I was exactly that age, but I think I was a little bit older. Because I'm what? I'm only 3 years younger than Colleen. She's like, what, 36? And I'm 32? 33? Am I 32? I'm 32. I take offense to how she makes fun of the Christian faith. I don't care how much church hurt she has. She wouldn't do that to a different faith like Muslims. It's messed up. I mean, I feel like if you are gonna like make fun of comedians make fun of everybody, right? Like that's how like you're safe. She's selling canceled merch on her tour. Oh my God, no. That's not good. And listen, it's different if it's like something like being canceled nowadays is a little bit different than it used to be, right? I mean, good Lord. Manny and Laura used to people tried to cancel them for having like a long receipt or for like not disclosing something when they like technically they didn't have to disclose something. But which yes, you need to be FTC compliant, blah, blah, whatever, which I am. But it's just so interesting how like it went from like stuff like that to like now stuff that's like illegal, right? Oh, am I out of this one? I need to buy the big bottle of that because I love it. I think some cancellations are necessary. Colleen is a perfect example. I mean, unless it's like something illegal, I don't know. Or like being racist, which being racist isn't illegal. It's wrong, but it's not illegal. Yeah. So, and then I need to like, did she technically like do anything illegal? I don't think just texting with minors is illegal. Not to minimize it, but I don't think technically that is a crime. You can get fired from your job for it though. We know someone that got fired from their job for texting minors. And I am so happy they did because they suck. And it was interesting because it was actually a position that like Tony went out for, and then that person got it over him. And then when like that came out, Tony was like, I'm not saying they chose the wrong person, but I was like, oh my God. I was like, yeah, you definitely wouldn't. It's like you hardly want to text to anybody. You would not be texting minors. And he's like, yeah, they're annoying. Why would I want to text them? I'm like, that's my man's. In the UK, she would be arrested for sexual questions towards a child. Yeah, but it's not. She's here though, you know. She sent minors Trisha's porn. I think that's legal. That is legal. Yes, that is 100% illegal. I will have to go over that with the hubster when he gets home tonight to see. I'll have to consult with him and be like, hey, here's the situation. Tell me if this is illegal. Obviously, it's different everywhere, so I'll have to preface that as well. Oh my goodness. Okay. Chelsea, why are you in an apartment? What did I miss? Girl, get it together. We sold our house and we didn't want to settle and just like buy another house because we want our next house to be the one that we're in for like 5 to 10 years. So we are waiting until after the baby comes out to start the building process for a new house. Yep. So we are in an apartment and it's nice and we love it. And Wiggum loves it as well. Is there anything they can do about her literally sexualizing children on stage for money? No, but the parents should not be buying their kids tickets to go see that. What do you think her response will be? I think she'll ignore it. Adam filed a police report about death threats, doxing from her fans. Police in Ireland and Sussex are aware of the situation. That is crazy. I hope he's okay. I'm not sure how it would work with her in America. We have a police branch that focuses on online chats for kids being groomed. Yeah, we there's the county that I'm in, they have a like an internet team like that too, like for social media stuff and for just like any type of like internet like harassment and crimes and stuff like that too. How come you didn't stay in your old house until it was built? That makes no sense. Because we got an offer that was at asking price. So we sold our house. Also, how rich do y'all think I am? We needed the money from the sale of our house to build another house or to buy another house. I don't know how much money y'all think I got. Not that much. Yeah, someone I saw had like asked me like, well, why wouldn't you wait to sell until you had something else lined up? And I was like, that's not how. Like you've clearly never sold a house before. Like that's not how the market works. Like what? doesn't that doesn't work like that. No, no, no. I mean, there were a few houses that we like loved that we found, but we got outbid. And they had better terms than we did because ours was contingent on the sale of our house, even if we went over asking. But yeah. Yeah. Do you have a sense of what the baby's did you have a sense of what the baby's gender was? I always ask, I hear a lot of moms saying they knew they were having before the anatomy scan. Well, we knew what we were having before the anatomy scan because we did the NIP test, the NIPT test. We did all the genetic testing to make sure that this little booby is fine. I thought it was going to be a girl. Tony thought it was also going to be a girl. And then it turns out he's a boy. My little boy. Yeah. I was wrong, but it's fine. The next one will be a girl. Watch, I'm going to have fucking twin boys next time. And then I'll just give them to my mom. Just be like, here, take at least one, please. You strike me as a boy mom anyways. I'm definitely not going to be the type of person who's like, I already think saying rainbow baby is cringe. So I'm definitely not the type of person who's like, I'm a boy mom. It's like, y'all know I hate labels. It's very bisexual of me, huh? I was thinking about that the other day. I said something to Tony and I was like, I just, because I referred to us as like sometimes agnostic. And Tony was like, what's that mean again? And I was like, exactly. I was like, I mean, we believe in, he's up there. And like, I talk to him all the time, them, whoever. I was like, but sometimes I hear stuff and I'm like, is that a cult? And then like, sometimes I do believe in Jesus, but then other times it's like, I don't know. And Tony's response, he's like, yeah, I got questions. It was so funny. Yeah, we're not into labels in this household. Oh, Lord. So you're moving away from Christianity more? I mean, I wouldn't say that. I mean, you still celebrate Christmas, celebrate Easter. I mean, like Tony has like a oh, I don't know why I just looked for it. He's wearing it. Like he has like some saint of protection like necklace he wears at work. Like I have like a not wearing it today, but I usually have like my diamond cross necklace that I wear, but I don't know. It's just we're very much so of like no one needs to be involved in like our spirituality. I'd say I'm more spiritual than religious, but I think I've always been like that because I don't need anyone else involved in my relationship with God. Yeah. Sometimes agnostic. I love that. Yeah. Yep. Yep. People are weird. The labels mess with your head. I mean, it's the same with political shit, you know? I mean, people try to put you in a box like that and then also with religion and I'm like I told Tony one day I was like, "You know what? If there was any like religion that you like had to switch to, like which one would it be?" And he was like, "I don't know. I'd have to like research a bunch of them." And I was like, "I think we'd be good Jews." And he was like, "Yeah." And I was like, "Yeah, I think we would. I think we'd be real good Jewish people." And he was like, "Okay. Sounds great." I was like, "All right, let's do it." And he's like, "Oh, let's calm down." um but yeah, I don't know. I identify as atheist, occasionally pray to Saint Anthony when I lose something. Some people just like to hunt eggs. That's funny. Yeah, I mean, there's people who aren't like don't go to church all the time, but they still celebrate Christmas. I mean, if you do what you want, you know? I believe in ghosts. I don't know what that falls under. I believe in ghosts too. I just truly identify as someone confused. 25-year-old trying to survive. I feel that. I buried this St. Joseph's mini statue in my front yard and I was trying to sell my house. I love that. Good for you. That's funny. I'm Muslim, wear a hijab, but I would never in a million years judge anyone else for being different. And that would quite literally go against my faith and make me a hypocrite. I love that for you, girl. I'm not religious at all. I don't go to church anymore. Catholic, raised Catholic, but I do pray. Yeah. I mean, I definitely pray a good amount, but I don't know. I just see it as like a conversation. Like even my pastor was at at my baby shower. Like she's at all like family stuff like that, like big events. I got married in a church. The church we got married in got torn down. Very sad. We sold, the church sold the property and bought a new property, and we're building a new church that isn't in downtown Tampa. That's in South Tampa, which I'm very excited about. But yeah. Anyways, I just aim to be the lady in the neighborhood whose doorbell the children dare to each other to go ring. I like that for you. What is your due date? July 20th is my due date. Cannot come soon enough. Is that a round crib? I love round cribs. Yeah. It's like the bassinet version of, or the bassinet like stage of the crib. And then once he's like 6 months old, we'll expand it. And then we have a bassinet in our room too, in our bedroom in the corner. And then we'll have the mama room probably in the living room. So he's just got a place to sleep in every room here. I'm Lutheran. We go to church regularly. However, I see it as a relationship with, with the big guy rather than religion. Yeah. I mean, that's like how, that's how I, picture it too. Just don't be a dick. Don't try to convert anyone. Like, that's weird. Not one of the, like, we aren't those people who like are like inviting people to our church. No, I don't care what you do on Sundays. Tony and I hardly ever go to church on Sundays. We are not regulars. I would love to be, but it's like, nah. No thanks. Had a missionary bang on my door yesterday. Oh, tell him to open your door and say, "Welcome to the gayest place in town." Are you going to take time off from YouTube after the baby is born? Yes, I am pre-filming a bunch so that we are able to, so that I am able to take off from when he comes to probably middle of September. And then after that, I will return to work for probably like 2 days a week. And we'll just go from there. And the good thing is that Tony has off at least 2 days a week, every like work week, like weekdays. And he will be on daddy duty on those days while I work. And then when he's working during the week, I'm on mommy duty. So thank God we don't have to, have anyone else come in. And then he's taking off a full month. Thank goodness. Was getting too uncomfortable going to church because of more extremist views in Florida these days? I don't experience that. Like, we don't experience that in Tampa at all. Like, Tampa is other places in Florida and my other, friends that live across Florida, like, haven't said that they have experienced that at all. Like, all these extremist views. Like, I think it's a lot of the media being crazy. There are gay couples that go to my church. There are, I mean, yeah, it's not, I don't know. That's not what I feel very welcome at my church as a bisexual woman. But my hairstylist is here, so I have to go. But I love you, and I will talk to y'all later. Hey there.